which means I can tweet out that I went live. Let's see, get shareable link, go on Twitter, on Gab. Actually, I guess we should go over the new court order striking down the vaccine mandates by de Blasio, so that'll be interesting. Live now. Reverse pro popping off due to new sixth proposal. Well, actually, I didn't realize that almost looks like six. Due to new staking proposal. And Bitcoin crypto markets cooling off. Maybe crashing. Alright. Alright, so we'll do that. Oh, gonna farm those hashtags. Crypto news. That has more tweets per hour. I do like that there's a thing that says tweets per hour. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm also glad that Gab Pay is actually coming out because I didn't actually know what was going on with that. Oh, did Mike Sierra actually get banned? Hold on. Okay, I just gotta check my Gab real quick because these notifications actually finally updated. I'll shut it down. Yep, pretty much. Hey, Turtle Nugget. What coin do you recommend to do stacking? There's actually quite a few, actually. Yeah, I'm thinking more and more I do actually want to stream on Cozy, but I would have to actually send a DM to Nick and ask him. Gab Pay today, Groiper coin tomorrow. Yeah, like when Andrew Torba actually said that he was looking into creating a cryptocurrency exchange. So yeah, if he actually pulls that off, which I think he could, because it's actually easy to create a crypto exchange. The most difficult part of it is actually updating the security code on it, right? So that like, because you're gonna get hacked like a million times an hour. So not only do you need DDoS protection, but you actually need to like think of how, you know, hacker, because remember, Bitmart, I think that was it, right? Because remember, I covered this like last week or 2 weeks ago. Bitmart got hacked as an exchange for $196 million. You know, and they're a big, solid exchange. So security risk is like your #1 problem. And of course, you know, you probably need some sort of regulations. And then on top of that, it's Gab. So you know the government's just going to be up on Andrew Torba's face about it. But assuming he kind of overcomes all that, yeah, you can list Groiper coin on there, you know, or Groiper NFTs actually. So yeah, it's gonna be yeah, but you would have to have Zoomer Dev, you know, do the coding for that. I like yeah. Wow, Bitcoin taking a hit today. Yeah, I just took a quick look, and crypto is just kind of doing shit right now. Binance coin was popping off, and then it just came crashing down. So I don't know. I need to actually see if there's some kind of reason behind that. And obviously, I'm doing this before Greg Mannarino's video, so I won't really have his perspective on this. So, yeah. But, you know, I'm just glad that Metaverse Pro and DAO coins are doing pretty well today. Actually, I should do a quick check. Yeah, J Protocol is up. No, actually, it's down. It was up. Let's see. What about Olympus DAO? No, that's the Olympus DAO coin price. OHM, right. Olympus DAO is actually doing better. Just give me the 1 monther. Yeah, actually, it's not really doing that much better. Oh, wow. So Metaverse Pro is actually the coin that's doing pretty well. So, yeah, I can pick these coins very well. Well, yeah, I forgot. But getting back to your original question. Obviously, Bitcoin would be the best choice, right? Because it's the base coin to hold. But let's say you don't want to do that. I would probably stack Binance coin or even Ethereum, assuming you're just gonna buy and hold it and just wait for the thing to go up in value. Yeah, I used to recommend Cardano, but I don't actually like how Charles Hodgkinson, say his name fast 10 times in a row. I don't actually like his behavior. He actually is like, well, F Ethereum and F this and F that. I don't actually like that. That's actually very technically it's very anti-Christian because it's like you should not compare yourself to others and take other people down. Just build yourself up. So basically, he's kind of like basically it's like you're blaming someone else for your own problems. You know, that always leads to destruction and Satan. So I don't like that. It's also the same reason why I don't like XRP, because XRP is exactly the same way. Except XRP loves to compare themselves to Bitcoin and says, well, no, XRP is the future. No, I don't like that. So, you know, especially in a situation like we're facing now where we're all under attack, now is the time for coalition building and unity, right? Now is not the time to be like, well, I'm better than him, and I'm better than you, and I'm better than whatever. In fact, that's never a good time. I mean, now that, you know, I mean, Jesse Lee Pierce has basically been out for 2 weeks now. But, you know, I've been listening to him every day when that was not happening. And yeah, like he consistently says, you know, do not compare yourself to others. That always just lead to ruin. In fact, it even says it somewhere in the Bible, don't do that. I know it explicitly, not implicitly, but explicitly says that. But I'm just too lazy to Google search the Bible verses or whatever. But I mean, I really don't need to, you know, read the Bible to know not to compare yourself to others, because that always just leads to ruin. And even the Magic the Gathering creative director, the lead creative director, said the exact same thing. He didn't say Christianity. He just says, I can do better is the pathway to ruin. So he just never compare yourself to others. Binance coin stacking on Binance DeFi, right? Yeah, I would just hold it on your MetaMask or your Treasury or your Ledger Nano X or Ledger Nano S, all right? Because I actually bought a Ledger Nano, but I'm not going to specify what I bought, obviously for security reasons. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Binance coin are your best and safest choices if you just want to hold crypto and just wait. I'm not recommending Cardano anymore, even though Cardano is still probably a pretty good coin. The simple fact that they're like XRP, where they want to blame others and say we're the best and everyone else is not. I don't like that. Secondary choices could be Dogcoin, maybe Crypto.com coin, because these guys are going to be the next Binance coin, but right now they're still in the process of buying and building. So that's why they're not quite at the level of Binance coin, but they do have the money. They have multi-billions of dollars to literally just spend on everything. So, you know. So, yeah. So, if you want to take a little more risk, obviously Shiba Inu and then Dogline Mars, because CoinMarketCap actually tweeted about them. So at this point, Dogline Mars is probably legit now. Baby Dog, I'm also in, but you should stack a little bit less of that and then just put that on Hotbit for the interest, or just hold it yourself. I personally would just recommend just putting, if you have a small amount, you could probably leave it on Hotbit, because if the site gets hacked, then, you know, who cares, right? Which is funny, because I have 5 figures worth of money on Hotbit earning interest. So, but they have been hacked. They've had attempted hacks before, but they've always thwarted them. And also, they're run by Chinese people, so I think they live in Singapore. So I know that they have the IQ required to, like, you know, fend off hackers. Of course, that's not a guarantee of the future, though. Let's see, what other coins? I mean, I guess you could try Algorand, and well, one of these other coins was also pretty hot. I can't remember. But the thing is, I don't know much about these other coins. I know kind of a little bit about them, but for stacking it, I mean, I'm thinking of its safety in mind, right? Yeah, I mean, because there are some decent coins too. You know, Cadena's good, PancakeSwap's decent, even though it doesn't perform as well as the others. Gala Games, Gala Games, founded by the founder or co-founder of Zynga, right? Have you heard of Zynga? Like, remember all those Farmville and Facebook games? That was all Zynga. So the co-founder of that is basically the head of Gala Games. So, you know, those would be okay for like a mini stack or a moderate stack. But if you're main stacking, yeah, just these 3. I personally, if I had to pick one, I like Binance Coin, right? Because it's the cheapest fee out of all of them, and I want basically Ethereum, but cheaper gas fees. So that's why I go with Binance. And that's why I do everything on Binance. And in fact, Metaverse Pro is on Binance Smart Chain. So, I mean, it's just natural fit for me. I'm thinking stacking mana or cake. Mana. What's mana? I think I remember that. Oh yeah, assuming you mean Decentraland. Decentraland and Sandbox, like the major NFT virtual land world companies are probably pretty good. I'll tell you that Decentraland is only $3.44. So you can stack a lot of this clown, right? Because I always like low cost. Oh, that's the other thing too. I like low cost, high quantity coins because that's where you get how I hope is the maximum return, right? And of course, that's why I also like Binance because it's the cheapest out of these top three coins, so you can stack a lot of it, right? If I had $100,000, I could basically get like 2 Bitcoins plus a little extra, or I can get 25 Ethereum, or at $570, I can get like 100 or 200 Binance coin. Whatever 100 divided by 570 is. For me, I'm all about the quantity. All right. When I played StarCraft, I was a Zerg player because it's all about like quantities. Screw quality. You want freaking quantity, man. You want millions and millions. That's also the Chinese philosophy too. That's why they're like, yeah, screw. I mean, they're developing high tech, but like for actual naval defenses, China just goes mass dumbfire missiles. Like they'll just spam the shit out of all of their missiles. I mean, yeah, the American ships, if there was ever a war, they'll just dodge all the missiles. But the problem is they'll be spending all their time dodging. And then, of course, when that's happening, I'm sure China would actually then launch actual smart missiles that'll do tracking and shit. So, and then, American ships are fucked. Right? All our beautiful American aircraft carriers will just, fucking be at the bottom of the South China Sea. And then that'll be that. Well, actually, everybody will start launching nukes, and then that'll be that. But it's not going to matter if that happens. But Decentraland is good, or Sandbox. But again, I don't know too much about them, simply because I just not interested in buying them. But I know they're very solid too. But they're probably a little more volatile though. Are you planning to buy Dogcoin when it goes down under 10 cents? No, I will be buying Shiba, Doglon Mars, or Baby Dog. Because at this point, Dogcoin to me is too expensive to buy now. I missed the boat on Dogcoin. So I want the next best thing so I could buy more of it. Because I'm still in profit with my Shiba Inu, right? Even though it's down to like, what is it? 34-40 cents satoshis of a dollar. I bought the dips on Shiba Inu when it was at 14, 15 or whatever, and then as low as 654 satoshis of a Shiba. So I'm way up on my Shiba. Right? I can do that with Shiba. I cannot do that with Dogcoin. Because even if I bought Dogcoin at below 10 cents, I'm only going to make 7x my money. At that point, Shiba Inu is going to be like, 20, 30, 50, 100x my money. Like, why would I do that? I'd rather just buy Shiba. So, I'm going to buy Shiba. I mean, it just sucks that's on the Ethereum blockchain, which irritates me, but, I mean, what are you going to do? Do you think Bitcoin... Oh, hey, Casey, I think you're new here, so welcome. Do you think Bitcoin will go down more? We're actually going to do more technical analysis, like I always do every stream, and I'm going to look at the news to find that answer. Because I thought we were out of it as of yesterday, but apparently there's something else going on. It's also affecting the markets. So we're just going to have to see. But I'll have an answer for you once I actually start doing the work, and then we'll find an answer. Also, we're coming up to the end of the week. So crypto always goes down during the weekends. You have a plenty chance of Dogcoin? Since Dogcoin was super cheap a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I used to buy and sell Dogcoin when it was still fractions of a penny, like Shiba Inu is now. That's what I still want. Right now, Dogcoin is just way too expensive. Again, I missed the boat. But remember, I have, almost like 10, 11 years of experience in cryptocurrency markets. So I remember when Dogcoin just started out like 8, 9 years ago, and I was altcoin farming Dogcoin to convert into Litecoin or Bitcoin, So Did you get free Space Jams NFT on Nifty website? No. I'm not actually interested in holding any NFTs right now because I don't understand them and I don't want to maintain them. I do know that they're very important. So if you guys are willing to put up with the hassle of learning how to get them, yeah, that's actually really good. Me personally, I'm just trying to keep things simple for now because I'm going to take all my money from crypto earnings and then buy real life real estate. And then when Decentraland and the Sandbox and the Metaverse, becomes more and more mainstream and easier for, normal people to use, I'm going to actually start buying probably virtual real estate. Because the problem with buying real life real estate is just like BlackRock. It's a zero-sum game. If I'm buying up all the apartment buildings, you cannot buy them anymore except from me at probably a higher price. So when BlackRock, and other big rich investment hedge funds go around buying up whole neighborhoods, you, the normal people, cannot buy a house anymore because BlackRock now owns it, right? JP Morgan owns it. They're going to sell it back to you for like 4x what they paid. And then in addition to that, you have hyperinflation plus the devaluation of the dollar, which the Federal Reserve still has not released November numbers for. So to get around that, virtual NFT real estate will be a very good solution because now all that money can go into that instead of real life real estate. So that, reduces the pressure on real life real estate prices. So, yeah, I pretty much have it all figured out. I just gotta have a wait and see attitude like JLP always teaches. It's so much nicer to just live life like that. I'm finding that I'm a lot more at peace, and I'm finding it's getting a little easier to deal with my stupid ego. Because if I don't kill this ego inside of me, everything I do ultimately won't really matter. Because, Satan's just gonna get lucky one day, and then I'm actually gonna die. And then that's the end of the Chan family legacy, So I can't let that happen. I'm not going to let that happen. All right. I don't know how virtual real estate can be a thing. Yeah, I don't either, but I know it is a thing and it's 100% legit. Snoop Dogg is already way ahead of the curve. He's got his virtual land stuff. And someone was actually willing to pay 450 grand to virtually be next to Snoop Dogg. Right? I'm sure you all heard of that news article talking about that. Well, okay then. Because as much as I don't like Snoop Dogg, he is actually very investment and tech savvy. Right? He invested in Robinhood when it was still in its pre-IPO stages. He invested in another tech company. I forgot what it was. I think it was Square or Circle. So Snoop Dogg, he might appear to be a low IQ idiot, but he actually is a really smart guy. At least financially, he's a smart guy. So if he's willing to plop down all that money into this, I don't know, did he do Sandbox or Decentraland? I don't know. I think he did Sandbox. So if he's willing to do that and get other people to spend $500,000 on fucking Sandbox virtual real estate, then I know it's going to be legit. But that land is on a game or what? Yes, it's in a game / virtual world. It's basically the Metaverse 1.0 or beta, right? You want to think of it that way. So imagine if I don't know, you were playing Minecraft and then the world that gets generated is permanent. So you could actually stake your claim in that permanent new world. Right? And you know how popular Minecraft is. So it's kind of like that. All right. Well, I'll keep answering questions as we go along, but I should probably start the chapters on YouTube. I don't know. I am getting more and more tempted to ask Nick if I can stream on cozy.tv, but again, I have to be careful because that could be Satan telling me to do that. And if Satan's telling me to do that, then I know it's a lie, and therefore I should not do it. All right? Because again, all thoughts are lies. All right. So with that being said, Bitcoin searches for this week is still 27. Okay, so I don't have anything new here. Let me claim my platinum. I've been playing Legends of Eidolon again, and I've been playing EverQuest, so it's just been on an MMO binge. I don't know, for some reason I just don't feel like playing New World anymore, which sucks because I wasted $40 on that game. Buy Bitcoin is increasing to 16. Very interesting, even though crypto's down today. Inflation search terms is down to 81. Okay. Same trend as yesterday, but not as bad. And hyperinflation is also going down further. Okay, well, I guess people don't seem to care, are caring less about inflation. Well, that must be good news for the central banks, which means they can fuck up the dollar and more, print more money. All right, fear and greed index is still pretty bad at 29, which is a +1 from yesterday. Bringing another update in 3 hours. So if crypto's down today, I'm actually expecting this fear and greed index to go down slightly. Maybe it'll go up somewhat too, but I'm not going to be expecting anything big yet. Because obviously, if the crypto markets were doing much better and everyone was just buying, then the fear and greed index would just, spike up like 10, 20 points. That's clearly not going to happen today or tonight. Inflation is really popular nowadays. Yes, very popular. If 100 different games are created, each game will have a different real estate, right? Yeah, exactly. Because it's basically a different blockchain. It's like buying Ethereum or Binance Coin or Solana. These are all different cryptocurrencies. So obviously, what happens on Binance does not affect Ethereum or Solana, and vice versa for any of these other coins. So with that being said, if I were to waste that much money, I would only go with the major companies: Sandbox, Axie Infinity, and Decentraland. I wouldn't even bother the others because the risk of having an unpopular project, or worse, a scam project, is just too great. So I wouldn't waste money on it. I would not risk my own. Remember, if I have millions of dollars, I would not risk that, right? So I need to be 100% sure that I'm going to get what I paid for. So I'm only going to go with the majors, which is a problem because centralization and then censorship. But what are you going to do? Am I a groiper? Yes. I just can't say that too often because I don't want to get fucking banned. But if you check, how do I say this? If you check Nick Fuentes' Gab and look at his following, actually, I can prove it to you right now. I mean, I guess this will be okay. Real Nick J. I'm hoping I can access this without having to log in. I have to log in. Alright, I will give you guys... Alright, hold on. Okay. Let me actually take a look real quick. Okay. Let's do that. Actually, hold on a second. I need to clear... What do I actually have to clear? I need to clear something on my Brave because I don't want my email... Because I'm using my real email, personal email address. So I need to wipe that clean. Privacy and security. Cookies and other site data. How do I clear a password? I can clear my cache. That's not what I want. I'm going to have to look at my cookies. I don't want to clear the cookie. I want to clear my password and the autofill data. Alright, I guess I'm just going to have to leave it like that. Alright. Well, here's all the proof that you need. And then if I go to my profile, I mean my stupid camera's blocking, right? This is obviously me. Alright, so that's all you need to know. Alright. And Nick usually does me a pretty good job of just not talking about me too much. Actually, I want to read this real quick. I love all these Pepe pictures. Bitcoin, yeah, sure. The only thing that's hard about these things is I can't fucking read all that stuff. Well, I was just gonna say, where's this timeline? Also, I think something must have happened because usually when Nick talks about disloyal people, that means one of his friends betrayed him. If I had to guess, it would be Jacob Lloyd because for some reason he just didn't want to associate. He didn't follow me back, and Baked Alaska told me that Jacob didn't follow him back, and a lot of us back. So what's going on? Actually, my name is actually. Oh, hey, it's Tom AF. It's over. IP Zoomer. Okay. So, all right, I'm just gonna, because we gotta move on. Yeah, Utah, Red Eagle. So all the important. Oh yeah, there I am. Yeah, see, there I am. And of course, I can edit my profile. Actually, yeah. Let me move my stupid camera so you can see everything here. All right. So there you go. So trust me. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm like super well connected, but yeah, you know, we all know each other for sure. You can buy goods and services with Bitcoin. What other cryptos can be used like that? Litecoin, Dogcoin, and a bunch of others. Like if there's two sites, coinpayments.net and I forgot the other one. And you can use lots of other cryptocurrencies to pay, you know, buy stuff. You know, in fact, if you want to buy stuff on Amazon with Bitcoin, there are sites that do that for you at a premium, of course. But if you're completely deplatformed from everything, then that's how you buy your stuff. You might have to get a new address though, because I'm pretty sure at that point Amazon would be tracking your address. Go, oh, you're shipping to this banned address. You know, cancel the order and steal all his money. So you have to get like a PO box or a friend or neighbor who's not on the blacklist and ship your stuff there. It'll be useful to learn crypto and cozy. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot. So that's why, you know, I'll ask. We need a cozy coin, yeah. Yeah, like someone said earlier, because you actually just came in. Someone said we need a Groiper coin. Yeah, I would buy Groiper coin. You know, but probably more as like a fun little thing, as to actually making money off of it. You know, you know, I don't know, but it would depend on what Zoom. I'm gonna assume it's Zoomer Dev who's gonna do all the things. Oh yeah, he recently followed me back too, so that was kind of nice. Even though Zoomer Dev doesn't really post on Gab, but maybe that changed after the Twitter mass bannings. But wait, this doesn't look correct. I refreshed this page. Okay. All right. So I actually have very different data now from what I saw before the markets closed at around 3. I'm gonna do another hard refresh of all my pages again. Okay. Federal Reserve has not updated that. Gabcoin. I don't know. Andrew Torba talked about that. I don't know if he's going to do it. I mean, technically, he doesn't really need to, at least not yet. But he should consider it once he has a cryptocurrency exchange. Then he could be like exactly like Binance. Because remember, Binance is a centralized cryptocurrency exchange with their own token. But their own token acts as an Ethereum blockchain. So, long story short, you know, I would probably talk to Andrew Torba. So, for example, I would talk to Andrew Torba, and then, you know, later down the line, at that point, I'll be a multi-deca millionaire. Not just millionaire, but deca millionaire, which means tens of millions of dollars or more, because I'm probably going to just get rich off of real estate. And, of course, if Metaverse Pro is not a scam, which so far it hasn't, right? You know, I'm going to be making like hundreds of thousands, probably maybe even millions off of this stupid shit. So I would actually tell them to become like Binance, and then with Gabcoin, you can build we could build like a blockchain based thing, just like Ethereum and Binance. So we have decentralized applications working on the Gabcoin blockchain. Like it's pretty advanced shit, but you know. What's funny is Andrew Torba never created a founder tag for himself, right? But you know, he let us have the investor tag on Gab. I still actually have my Gab mug too, but right now I'm using the Jesse Lee Peterson mug instead. So yeah. Oh, and you cannot get this tag. Oh, I can have it because I bought the Start Engine pre-IPO for Gab. That's why I have the investor tag. So good timing too. It's just it was in 2017 when I was starting to make some serious income from DeFi shit. Not DeFi, staking, you know, 808 coin. I was making good income from that. So, yeah, those were the days, right? Okay, stablecoin regulation, soft entry point to crypto regulation, McHenry. Okay, so the hearing is still going on, so that's probably weighing on the crypto markets. Okay, so now I'm building the pieces of this puzzle. As to why crypto's down a bit. Inflation is the dominant topic right now. Sure. Okay, I'm only interested in crypto related news here. Okay, so I know Mara and Riot did horrible today. Yeah, I'm gonna lose all my money. This is why I'm not investing in stock markets anymore, because it literally is just a big tribal scam, and it just steals all my effing money. You know, at this rate, you know, I'm gonna lose another $55,000 in the stupid stock market account. You know, but yeah, crypto makes me all the money in the world, so I'm just never gonna touch fucking stocks again. It's a freaking tribal F-word J scam. S&P 500 is down almost 1%. Dow is basically flat, and Nasdaq got a massive beating in the face. Precious metals is down. Crude oil is down. Yeah, what is going on with the markets? Because I don't see anything too crazy here. Let's see. And mixed reports about the Omicron moronic variant. Yeah, they're really trying to. Yeah, right now the globalists really don't know what to do with the moronic variant. Like, they want all these things, but they can't because everyone's resisting the mandates and people are getting more and more angry. But on the other hand, if they don't get those lockdowns that they want and they don't get those forced vaccinations, more people are actually going to get much angrier at the Democrats and at Joe Biden. And then when 2022 rolls around, you know, actual midterm elections, you know, they're going to have a problem. Like, what are you going to do? Just steal all the votes? I mean, yeah, but that you're just going to make people even angrier. And the Democrats are very well aware of that, along with the globalists. So they're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, which is where we want them to be. Which is why more resistance and awareness is so important. Because we got to make it that much harder for them when they do their evil deeds to, you know, fuck up even more. Because, you know, the cat's out of the bag. Everyone now knows, well, not everyone, but a lot of people now know about Austria, Germany, and Australia with their, you know, oppressive measures, right? And even here in New York City, I'm actually surprised that we're actually resisting the mandates. You know, we got legal challenges. The Jewish community here in New York City, to their credit, and I retweeted this, especially because I have to, because I don't want to get banned on Twitter. They're actually resisting heavily the mandates as well, and already filed their lawsuits. And you know what happens when you want to, you know what happens if you tell a Jewish person what to do and what they cannot do. All right, they're gonna fuck you over. So, you know, hopefully that'll work in our favor in New York City and getting rid of those mandates. You know. Because, you know, anti-Semitism is a really, really bad thing. So you find yourself on the receiving end of, you know, Jewish people getting mad at you for doing that. You know, the legal system's going to come down really hard on you. So that's all I'm going to say, you know, because we're on YouTube. So Evergrande defaulted on their loans, so that's hurting a lot of things. So Evergrande did default. Evergrande has defaulted on its debt, Fitch rating says. Declared in default. Yeah, why isn't this front page news on Yahoo? Because, yeah, this is huge news. That's exactly why everything's going down, because people are scared of Evergrande. Okay, so I was kind of correct about the Evergrande being the #1 likely cause of the flash crash from last Friday. Well, now we got it. So it's actually not that bad then. We're actually not doing too badly then, because the market's basically priced it in. Why Bitcoin may face another 20% plunge in the coming weeks as risk is high. Technical analysis. I don't want to read Market Watch, but we will read this. We're not heading to 37 grand though. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm going to ignore it because I lost respect for him when he said 37 grand. It could happen, but no. Especially if there's going to be a debt implosion, then that means you're going to want to either go into cash or cryptos or even precious metals. Also, everyone kind of knows about Evergrande, so the world is already prepared for it. Not to mention, China's going to have to bail out Evergrande too, because they have to. I mean, I guess if they don't, then China will be like, yeah, fuck the financial system, screw you all. And that's just going to make more people angry at China. And then, you know, World War III with China. But maybe China and Beijing doesn't care about that. What they should. What happened? A lot of people get out at the end of the year to lock their taxes in. There's also that too, year-end income. I'm actually trying to produce as much income as I can now so I could squeeze in, because right now I didn't make that much money this year. So if I could squeeze in another 10, 20, or at most 30 grand, which I'm not going to be able to do that, my taxes would be relatively minimal. And then I'll have a reasonable good cushion when I apply for my FHA loan because they look at my income from this. They're going to look at my income from this year. And then maybe in the year before that, which wasn't really that much too. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Short-term debt got bought up a little bit, fear trade. Medium-term debt sold off of very little. And then long-term debt, including the 10-year Treasury yield, got bought up as well. So there's a lot of fear in the markets right now. That's actually a good thing. Well, we already don't need to look at that. You need to look at the Mannarino index. All right, so now that we know about Evergrande, then that's actually the reason why we've got a problem. And then, well, of course, maybe the congressional hearing about crypto also. But all things considered, crypto actually and the markets did not take that much damage. All right, so Bitcoin's a little under 48K. Ethereum's 41.39. Binance coin pulled back to 573. Was at one point today at like $630 or something. I don't care about Solana, Cardano. Dogcoin's at 17.17 cents. Shiba Inu's at 34.88. Yeah, it's been trading in a range. Crypto.com coins basically 57 cents. It's still consolidating, right? Because obviously I've been tracking the technicals on it for the past 2 weeks. It's still consolidating, so yeah, all things considered, this is not that bad. Markets are doing really relatively well. I mean, the simple fact that Yahoo didn't put the Evergrande thing on the front page is also another tell that maybe people are not that concerned about it. All right, Gala Games, yeah, 49.75 cents. Pancake, okay. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. I mean, it just looks like another pullback. Yeah, Cardano, damn, Cardano's down at 10.54. That sucks. I'm down 50%. I'm down 55% at fucking Cardano. Yeah, but that's just how it goes. All right, Mannarino index hit me. Yeah, it's the same as yesterday, 88.9. So yeah, you're gonna be buying this dip. I mean, I wouldn't even call this a dip. All right, let me read chat, but I'm gonna put this in here. All right, so Bitcoin. Yeah. Oh, okay, nothing new. All right, so Bitcoin is still below the third blue line and still way below zero on the MACD. I can't believe after all this time, this was the MACD and not the RSI. Yeah, so Bitcoin is still way oversold. Okay. And then we have Evergrande and the congressional hearing, so all that's getting priced in. So far, not too bad. All right, I like that. All right, let's see, what does Ethereum have for us? Okay. Oh, hold on, I got some new loot in EverQuest. And I think I let it rot. Damn, I bet it was like... Well, not too bad. I mean, I was streaming, so obviously that's more important. Oh, am I getting knocked around in the game? Okay. Ethereum, 0R MACD, and it's pretty much exactly at the middle of the blue line. Alright, so we're still poised for a skyrocketing move once all this negative bullshit subsides. Oh, did I actually say Binance? Oh, that's Bitcoin. I need Binance coin. Binance coin should be the same thing, yeah. Half and basically zero. It's a little above zero. So yeah. Well, according to this, Binance coin went as high as 616. But I saw it this morning. It was up to like 628, 630. So, alright, so Binance coin is still pretty strong. But same thing like Ethereum. 0R MACD. And pretty much at the middle line. So, when this malaise in the markets is over, that will be... Oh, I was typing in malaise. Then we should be good, but, I mean... Evergrande defaulting is a pretty negative fundamental news item, so that just has to work itself out. Shiba Inu, yeah, above the bottom blue line and way below the 0 MACD. So yeah, this should still do pretty well because it's again oversold. Let's look at Cadena because they've been getting a beatdown of epic proportions. All right, so Cadena should be bottoming out now finally. Bottom blue line up here. RSI is at 0, or the blue thing here is -1. All right, so Cadena should be bottoming out now, so that's good. So that means, yeah, if I were to buy, yeah, Cadena would probably be a good time to buy now. Gala, no, I don't care about Gala. That's already been doing well. Crypto.com coin's also doing well, but we can take a look at that. Below the middle blue line, the MACD is still too strong. I mean, it's declining, but all right, well, I mean, it's picking a really good time to consolidate because everyone else is pulling back a little or consolidating as well. So, all right, so Crypto.com still has a small ways to go. I'm not going to look at Baby Dog because we've already looked at Elon, Doglon, Mars, and Shiba, so it should be basically the same. Yeah, 0 or below 0 RSI and in between the middle and bottom blue line. So, yeah, this confirms pretty much everything that I'm thinking of. We can look at Olympus Dow. Yeah, Olympus Dow is still way oversold. Look at that. Way below that blue bottom line and way below the MACD from 0. Yeah, which makes sense because Dow's took a massive hit during this whole flash crash fiasco. And only Metaverse Pro is doing phenomenal. Which is why I'm glad I picked the right project. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything new. All right, so technically wise, Bitcoin and crypto should continue to resist any sell pressure because right now there's probably a large amount of sell pressure. I actually forgot to look at the 24-hour volume is like anemic. It's barely doing anything. 102.7 billion. So it's just people getting scared. What about Atom? Yeah, I don't know anything about Atom, but I can run a technical analysis on that. Bing Bong. What the hell? Is that a secret Donald Trump crypto exchange? Alright, so Atom also looks pretty good too. It's basically at the bottom blue line down here, right? It's touching it. And the MACD is below 0. So it's looking... Yeah, I mean, let's look at all these red candles. And look at that MACD just dying out here. So yeah, Atom will pop off. Pretty much all cryptocurrencies, including Atom, are ready to pop off once we get some kind of like positive trigger, which has not happened yet. I guess there's just too much moronic Omicron variant FUD, and now we got to do an Evergrande FUD. It'll take like up to 3 days for people to process that. And then, of course, we're going to read this article to find out what exactly is going on with that. Would you recommend buying now, or it's better to wait? You could probably do some buys right now. Not financial advice, of course. I don't even know why I have to say that. I know it's a legal thing. But you can you can definitely buy this dip. However, I might expect more dips to be coming in the future. So I personally just ape in and just go all in, usually, right? Unless I'm not really sure about the underlying commodity I'm buying. Then I do it in chunks. Yeah. But with that being said, this is a pretty safe time to buy because it's much better to buy when it's down here than when it's up here. Because when it's up here, the chances of pulling back are much greater. And then, of course, if you buy up here, you're definitely going to lose. So, I don't know. But yeah, now would be a decent time to definitely stock up on crypto, on your favorite crypto assets. You know, because that's what I would do. In my case, I already bought up all the Metaverse Pro that I could already buy. So, you know, because I actually just don't like having to constantly buy and sell, buy and sell. I like to buy, farm the interest from it, and then just forget about it. So, But yeah, this is a pretty nice thing if you're gonna buy add-on. Even though this thing says strong sell, I mean, look at this. Look how oversold this thing is. You know, so if someone wants to dump a lot more, I mean, they're just gonna have a very hard time because it's already been dumped on quite a bit, right? So, but yeah, yeah. But let's move on to Mdex. Where are we at anyway? How is it 45 minutes? I'm barely halfway done through the stream. Well, I guess that's just how it goes. All right, so Ginza, Dep, Meta, yeah. So all the APRs on Mdex appears to have gone down, even though the value locked doesn't seem to be any different. Huh. There appears to be a new coin called Cart as well. I don't know. It's got a pretty low APR though of like 312%. 312%. Alright, but otherwise I don't see anything too new here. And then Metaverse Binance dollar is still, you know, rocking whatever it is it's rocking here. Okay. Alright, so now let's get to the fun part. Metaverse Pro is going berserk right now. Like, the bond yields are just absolutely insane. They added the USDC stablecoin bond. That was a big hit. The Treasury assets are both going up like crazy, and of course the price has gone from 280 or 256 to 382, basically $383. Man, I bought this coin when it was at 550, and then the flash crash happened like a day or two afterwards. I would have loved to have aped in when that shit hit bottom, because if I had money, I would have bought more Metaverse Pro when it was at 286, because I knew that shit was at the bottom, especially now that I was able to. The Metaverse Discord told me about this site, and I'm able to apply Greg Mannarino's exact technical analysis indicators here. The Keltner channel and the MACD. And I also made a mistake. I actually thought the MACD was really the stochastic RSI, but I was actually wrong. And interestingly enough, for Metaverse Pro, the RSI is way below 0, but the MACD is still pretty close to 100. It's going down a little bit. So it's a very interesting dynamic here. Okay, I don't see anything new in chat. So pretty much this thing is up 50% in like the past few days. And we'll get into why that is. But I just absolutely love this real-time buy and sell order. I can see the exact price impacts. I now understand when PancakeSwap or Mdex says price impact. I now know exactly what that means. They're talking about this, right? So for example, someone just dumped $13,000 worth of Metaverse Pro. So that took out basically $3 worth of price on the Metaverse Pro. Right? Consequently, when people are buying it, it increases the price of Metaverse Pro, and you can see the exact numbers. This is like a godsend for me, right? Especially because I'm very good with math. Here's another good example. Someone bought $11,356 worth of Metaverse Pro 56 seconds ago, and that increased the price of Metaverse Pro by about $2.50. So I love to see it. And then when you see these ads, I finally figured out what this is. This is people combining Metaverse and Binance Dollar into a liquidity pool token. Most likely to be put in the Mdex pool over here. So that's most likely what that is, which works for me. And then you can just go back, look at this. This guy almost basically spent $30,000 buying Metaverse Pro and pumped the price of that by $6.60. There's way more buying pressure right now than selling pressure. And I can definitely tell that if the price on this goes up too much, too fast, bots immediately sell Metaverse Pro, because that's what I've seen. And then when the price drops too fast, for example, like $50,000 are sold instantly, then the price, there's a lot of bots that buy up the coin a lot. So there's a lot of buying and selling here. But overall, the strength is a very nice, beautiful green candle, because today was just a freaking crazy day. And the reason for that is Metaverse Pro has added a new governance staking system. I just realized it says 6.6, so it's pretty close to Satan numbers. It just happens to be a coincidence, unless of course they really are a rug pull project. So Metaverse Pro is a fork of the Olympus DAO code, and we already looked at that earlier. You don't have to read this. You can read this whole thing if you want, but basically what they're doing is they're creating a new staking pool where you have to stake wrapped staked Meta, so wsMeta, And then, you know, they use the treasury rewards that come in here. They said 25 to 40% of all new treasury rewards that come in every day, specifically the previous 24 hours, will go into a special pool that only gets rewarded to these wrapped staked meta people. And here are the specifics of that. And then basically you just make a lot of money, right? But the downside is when you stake, which is what I'm doing currently, right? They're going to reduce this AP, the single stake APY by 1% every day until, I don't know, I guess they decide to stop. So what I might sneeze. So I'm personally just waiting to see how this thing pans out. This vote ends on December 11th, 11 a.m. I don't know what 11 a.m. that happens to be. Maybe it's 11 a.m. Universal Time Standard, because that's what he's writing over here. So I might do the wrapped staked meta thing, but so is everyone else. So I'm actually thinking, yeah, this will lose 1% APY every day, but if a lot of people unstake from this pool to go into wrapped staked meta, this APY will actually keep going up. And I honestly like just not having to deal with anything. What is Metaverse Pro? So it is a DeFi 2.0 token. So basically, it's basically yield farming like this on steroids. And it's a decentralized governance token, which basically means that whoever owns money and buys these tokens, you get a direct vote in the governance thing over here. And everything is basically, you know, controlled by the code and by the people. So, I mean, that's like a really simplified way of explaining things. When you see people vote on PancakeSwap on proposals, it's basically the same thing. Now, because of the way it works, they're able to create very crazy high APYs. And at first I thought it was a scam, but it's actually legit because the code is able to figure it out. I don't fully understand it myself either, but they were able to figure out how to create crazy amounts of, like, it's hard for me to explain this, mostly because I don't understand it fully, but basically, well, you can also see, also the total value deposited is just skyrocketing like crazy because everyone's getting in on that wrapped staked meta proposal. Like they're getting ready for it. But basically what happens is whenever people buy these bonds to get this risk-free interest rate based on, you know, wrapped Bitcoin, Binance dollar, or US dollars, all right? So for example, let me see. So basically, if you spend $330 to buy one USDC bond, you actually get in return one Meta coin, right? So you can buy Meta at a discount by buying these bonds, but your money is basically locked for 5 days. So let's say someone does buy a bond, what happens is that $330 goes into here, the risk-free treasury assets, and over here. And basically what the system does is it takes those the code, because no one actually owns this. The code owns this. So the blockchain owns this. And they take all of this money, 27.2 million, and they divide that number by the number of current metaverse tokens to create a price floor, which is here, which is called backing per meta. So it's worth $97.59. So the price in theory should never go below this number, and it's an actual democratic way of handling money. And then the reason why the staking APY is so high is because they take the meta price and the backing per meta and the $1, and if the price of meta is above $1, then the code will keep minting meta coins, Metaverse Pro coins, until this APY goes down. If the price of meta goes below $1 because it's pegged to the Binance dollar, then the protocol will automatically start using treasury funds over here to buy back meta until it goes back to $1 and burns all the excess Metaverse Pro coins. So I think this number on the left is the current number of Metaverse Pro coins in circulation, and the number on the right is the total created. So this difference that you see here, let's say it looks like 52,000 Metaverse Pro coins, I think is permanently burned and not actually in circulation. Boy, that was very effing complicated. At least it sounds complicated. So, but basically, the code and the math has figured out how to create insane APY generation. Remember, it's an APY of Metaverse coins. It's not actual dollars, right? Because the actual dollars is 16.63%, right? So you put in one meta. Actually, they have a calculator here. If I put in one meta, after 30 days, I should have approximately 2.057301 meta, right? And that's how it's able to calculate a crazy high APY. So that's why I was willing to take a kind of gamble and just put this in, because I can always trust the code, right? That's why I aped into cryptocurrencies long ago, because I knew that this was the solution to dealing with the Federal Reserve. Because what the Federal Reserve and central banking does is they take all this wealth that you see here and give it to themselves and their big corporate buddies, and gives we the people nothing. That's why the rich get richer and the poor get screwed, right? They get poorer and poorer, which is what they're trying to accelerate right now. Cryptocurrencies flips that and gives all this wealth to all the people in the world who are willing to hold these tokens. So it actually is the way that free economics is supposed to work. But of course, the tribals cannot have that because they understand how this works, which is why you're going to see more aggressive action taken against cryptocurrencies. Oh boy, yeah, I should consider asking Nick to get on Cozy, because if the Groypers can understand what I understand about crypto, and then all you clowns get rich, yeah, that's going to completely screw over the system. Of course, that's going to trigger the government to also crack down on crypto, but I guess we could worry about that later. All right, so yeah, so that's basically Metaverse Pro. It's looking very, very solid. According to these technicals, yeah, the red line went up 5 points to 87, and the blue line has gone up 4.8 points to 64.8. But interestingly enough, the RSI is down here. So this will be a little bit different from Greg Mannarino, because I'm adding the RSI in here. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see where Metaverse Pro goes. But right now, there's just a feeding frenzy on Metaverse Pro because obviously of that new governance proposal. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, because everyone's stacking Metaverse Pro. So it's going to be interesting. All right, Plan B has actually tweeted something new. Government denial of natural immunity is a crime against humanity. Dehumanizing unvaccinated people who recover from COVID and foreign vaccines is a crime against humanity. Natural immunity, vaccine immunity, Lancet, see below. Oh yeah, Robert Malone. Yeah. It's broad shot apparently reinforced strong persist for more than 10 months of follow. Also, this guy invented the mRNA vaccine. And now he sees that it's being weaponized against the people. So now he's trying to use his his platform got a lot bigger than I remember. So now he's actually trying to use it to, trying to stop this fucking, mandate tyranny. So that's good. That's good. All right. Let's look for some news. Coinbase online refund following, nope, don't care. Mnemonic raises 4 million, don't care. Any trade group recommends special class security status for crypto. That would be good for. That would actually be good for. Actually, I would rather read that article. And if news.bitcoin.com has an Evergrande article, we'll read that instead. So Vietnam's getting into DeFi, horse, okay, very good. They're getting into crypto and making a lot of money, or will. Stacks, Mitchell, Cuevas talks building integrated DeFi bridges for Bitcoin users. That would actually be very big. Microsoft leads Palm NFT Studios 27 million. Yeah, see, Microsoft is going ham on NFTs. They're already putting in $27 million. And it's not even, I don't even think it's their own money. A Series B round means you're raising bonds, which means you're raising money. Because bonds is debt. And especially at today's interest rates. I mean, you have to be crazy not to issue bonds. I don't say Bitcoin's behavior at 47.5 mirrors the pre-breakout of 2017 market. I'm not going to read this, but yeah, that's what everyone is saying. We'll have to see. Smart money ignores Bitcoin price correction of 800 million set to flow into blockchain startups December 9th. Yeah, rich people, elites, and hedge funds all know that crypto is the future. So they're buying that shit up while telling everybody, "Oh, stay away from crypto. Go into the dollar." Right? It's just a giant tribal lying F word scam. Just ignore them. Whenever J.P. Morgan tells you that you should, buy stocks, you should do the opposite. I don't know. Do I? Yeah, I mean, the stream's already getting kind of long, so we already have our two articles. Ross Ulbricht debut NFT sold for 6.2 million at auction. I don't know if Ross Ulbricht is actually, if money's gonna go help him, but hopefully it does, because he is innocent. Sushi Swap CTO resigns, citing internal structural chaos. Sure, MicroStrategy, that's Michael Saylor, bought another $82 million in Bitcoin and now holds 122,478 coins. Yeah, Michael Saylor is definitely buying that dip. So that's good. Semiotic AI granted $60 million by the Graph Foundation to support ecosystem growth, Bitcoin consolidation. Blah, blah, blah. Lending platform taps Chainlink oracles to secure its DeFi lending and borrowing protocol. Yeah, Chainlink is such a weird crypto. It never does well, except on days I don't expect it to. And like when it should be doing well, because it seems like a solid coin, it never goes up in value. It's like it really is like a nightmare coin. I don't know why Zoomers really like Chainlink, but I don't know. I like having something consistent, believe it or not. Like sure, I'll take volatility, but I want that volatility to quickly turn into profits of some kind, because that's how you roll when you're an investor. Well, a successful investor. Okay, Reddit introduces Ethereum-based community points beta program and custom tokens for subreddits. Yeah, so even Reddit's getting into crypto. That's good. Central banks of France and Switzerland and BIS complete a cross-border central bank coin trial. Yeah, so some central banks are already getting in on blockchain. So technically in the short term that'll be a good thing, but eventually it's going to cause a problem. CIA working on various crypto-focused projects, its director has confirmed. Oh man, you know that this shit's going to be bad. Really, really bad. Is Mdex the best? Oh, I didn't actually see that. Is Mdex the best stacking option? Absolutely not. Their coin keeps going down in value because it's under constant selling pressure, even more so than PancakeSwap. Like Mdex is what you use to convert it into Binance coin or Binance dollars or your preferred stable asset. So as soon as you get Mdex, you want to sell it off immediately, like immediately, right? With that being said, you can make a lot of money off of Mdex. But the problem is, if Ginza or DEP or Meta or Prot or whatever underlying base liquidity coin you're using goes down in value, you lose a lot of money due to impermanent loss. So, which is why I'm just sticking with Metaverse Pro, because it's just one thing I have to watch, and if it goes down, then I don't have to worry about impermanent loss. I know exactly how much I paid for it, and I know how much exactly I would get if I sold at a loss. And I'm just going to hold this. And then right now I'm earning 648,423% APY on my Metaverse coins. I am minting a lot of money right now. I'm definitely not going to tell you how much. Yeah, I really do not like this. How long is this article? So the CIA has already been involved in cryptocurrency for quite some time. Everything from Matter key priority. Okay, so right now this article says they're focused on ransomware, but I can bet you that that's just like a small part of the truth. Iceland refuses to power new Bitcoin farms amid electricity shortages. That's pretty funny. Because Iceland used to have like a lot of cheap excess electricity, and it sounds like now they don't have any more. India to impose ban on crypto payments, deadline for declaring crypto assets, KYC. Yeah, India, the Indian government is so hostile towards crypto, which is why they're gonna need to use Gab Pay to get around it. I don't. How does this not have anything about Evergrande? Crypto exchange Bitstamp lists Shiba Inu as Shiba Inu adoption grows. Yeah, Shiba Inu is a very solid coin. Like, it's more riskier, but if I had extra... Actually, when I do have extra cash, I'm going to be buying up a lot of Shiba. Yeah, Dr. Malone is good. I don't know if I acknowledged that earlier, but I acknowledged it now. But yeah, Shiba Inu, I'm going to buy, like, I don't know, 60% Shiba, maybe 30% Doglon Mars, and then the remaining 10% is going to buy Baby Dog. So, because I want all of the Dogcoin clones that are viable. So, stablecoin regulations, soft entry point to broader crypto regs. Yeah, I'm not surprised. A top Republican in the House said any congressional work on crypto regulation will likely begin with the $127 billion industry of stablecoins. Stablecoins, I think, are, we already read that. Patrick McHenry said, a top-ranking GOP member of the House Financial Services Committee. Stablecoins are a type of crypto asset that bill themselves as a convenient means for payment. Stablecoins, like these clowns. Yeah. The next generation of internet, Web 3. Stablecoins can become a primary means by which people transact digitally. For lawmakers, the challenge lies in ensuring that stablecoin issuers are sufficiently reserved to deliver the promised one-to-one exchange rate. Yeah, that's fine. What I don't want is the government to track this shit. That's the most important thing. McHenry and other, because I basically don't want the governments of the world to be acting like what India is doing right now. Because India is just very hostile towards crypto. They're giving people the absolute minimum amount of freedom when it comes to crypto. It is very tyrannical. McHenry and other members of the House Financial Services Committee probed several business leaders in what they're basically doing in India, right, especially with declaring your crypto assets, is basically the equivalent of putting serial numbers on your guns and on your gold and silver. So that, in theory, the government can just come in and take all your shit, right? Because back in the 1930s, the early 1930s, FDR was president at the time, I think, right? One of the first things he did when he became president was just confiscate everyone's gold, right? And back then they were way more hardcore and traditional and conservative back then. And I don't think Americans really fired at the government agents at the time. So, yeah, we don't want people tracking this shit. McHenry and other members of the House Financial Services Committee probed several business leaders in the crypto world on Wednesday. The interest in making federal changes to the law to ensure the safety of stablecoin usage appeared to be a bipartisan issue. Okay, we need to have federal law change in the law in order for stablecoin to be in the marketplace. Stablecoin issuers agree also. I'm okay with it if the people who actually issue stablecoins are okay with it too. We wholeheartedly support this effort and believe that there can be very strong nonpartisan support for national licensing. Blah, 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 said Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire said in testimony yesterday. Circle is the issuer of USDC. So Coinbase does not make USDC. It's actually Circle, which is Jack Dorsey Circle, because he does Square, right? Yeah. I forgot who runs Circle. I forgot who runs Circle. Okay. Alright, in the universe of crypto regulatory matters, stablecoins appear to be the main priority for financial regulators. The issue and related activities of redemption, maintenance of reserve assets, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, in order to be a stablecoin, let's say I had one USDC, I should be able to turn that into $1 US, right, in theory. So that actually creates an incentive for at least the American government and therefore the world government to not fuck over stablecoins. Because if they do that, they'll screw over the US dollar, and obviously that's not what they want. Their primary purpose is to preserve the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. So the government will never deliberately take actions that will threaten that status. So therefore, I'm actually okay with what I'm reading here. Even though obviously we don't trust the government, I don't trust these clowns, but I can trust self-interest, and right now it's in their self-interest to be telling the truth when they're saying, yeah, we just want to make sure that, you know, these companies issuing stable coins actually do have the US dollar reserves and US Treasury reserves to actually back up those coins. Whew. Okay. In the universe of crypto regulatory matters, stablecoins appear to be... Oh, wait, I read that. McHenry said more hearings in the future could come as lawmakers on both sides of the aisle try to approach possible legislation. Not all stablecoins are made the same. We need to make sure they have the appropriate capitalization of US dollars. Appropriate regulation for us to get the full benefit out of the entry point to Web 3.0. Yeah, so this is actually very reasonable. Okay. Alright, so if I had to guess, today's Malaise really is Evergrande. And quite frankly, it doesn't seem that bad, because I think... Because remember what I said last week when I did my special Saturday Bitcoin stream, right? The whales know something that we don't, and I guessed that it was Evergrande. That was my #1 theory, and I think I actually hit it right. I hit it right in the head. I hit the nail right on its head. And of course, we have Evergrande. Now, the reason why we don't have a massive crash today is because the massive crash happened last Friday. So the whales and markets priced it in already. That's what that means. All right. The reason why COVID was so devastating in February and March of 2020 was because literally no one knew about it except the governments of the world and our piece of shit Congress, who had insider trading information. They got out, I got killed, you got killed, bro. We all got killed except people who listen to Greg Mannarino. Unfortunately, I didn't know who he was. So he could have saved me like $35,000 in losses, right? Because UBS, you know, a tribal company, stole all my money legally by declaring, oh, we can't afford to pay the bonds anymore. You're bankrupt. It's such bullshit, man. It's such effing bullshit. So... Alright, fresh panic over Evergrande. Panic, quote unquote. It already has happened. Appears to have a limited impact on crypto markets. Yeah, because it's priced in last Friday. Bitcoin kept 50 grand as a focus on December 9th as consolidation continues. Yeah, on top of that, as we already did with the technical analysis here, all cryptocurrencies currently are very oversold, and there's just too much selling pressure. So it's very hard to dump the price even more. If Bitcoin was at 75 grand, it's a lot easier to take off 10 grand from that level as opposed to right now. If you want to drop Bitcoin from 48,000 to 38,000, that's exponentially or logarithmically much more difficult because you just don't have that much cryptocurrency to dump with, right? Because everyone's already sold, so you just run out. I always say this: you just run out of stuff to dump with. And that's exactly what happened in Metaverse Pro. When I did the technical analysis for it, I was getting conflicting info, but I had a feeling that this thing was already oversold. And thankfully, I was correct because this guy went up 50% in the past couple of days. And I'm not complaining. You know, my money is smiling as we speak. Hopefully, it'll continue to do well and keep smiling. Cointelegraph Markets Pro data. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Crucial area to hold is 42K and 47 to 46K. Chop, chop, chop for Bitcoin. Okay. Amid broader economic conditions, despite macro market dealing with an unprecedented debt default from China's Evergrande property, analysts thus focus on the longer-term financial gauge. Okay. Bitcoin appears on track. Tech Dev. Yeah, Tech Dev already talked about it. He didn't even mention Evergrande when I checked his Twitter today. But it's been a few hours, and you might have tweeted something new. Yeah. I mean, Bitcoin's always been volatile. I'll read the chat in just a second. I don't want to try to get through this quick because the stream's going on a little too long. Very nice prayer. I did not see us agree with the position and outlook. Also parallel to 2013 macro PA. Yeah, see, now Tech Dev is starting to say that this is closer to the 2013 Bitcoin bull run. That's my opinion, and it still is, and that's Plan B's opinion. No way in hell is this 2017. That's just impossible. Because again, this is the primary reason why I say that. We literally have just had no normie interest in this shit. We had a couple spikes, especially at the beginning of the year, but right now nobody cares. It's starting to change right now, so maybe we're gonna get some action soon. Altcoins are suddenly calm overnight, with the only standout is Luna coins. And that's the end of that. Yeah, there's not even anything about Evergrande in here. I don't really want to read Bloomberg on Evergrande. Okay, this coupon pants. Evergrande has been officially labeled a defaulter. Fitch ratings has cut. Yeah, I don't really care about this. I'm just going to listen to Greg Mannarino on this. Because it's pretty obvious to me that no one really gives a shit, which is perfect. People are over the moronic variant FUD for the most part, though the globalists are trying very hard to try to reignite that fear. And obviously, people don't even seem to give a shit about Evergrande, which is perfect, because I don't even see on the front page of Yahoo, which it should be. I still think they should be, even if investors don't care. So, I always hit never on that thing. Oh my god, I'm starting to get freaking hungry. So that means buy now. You could probably put in some money into it. What would I do personally? Yeah, I would probably put in a lot of dough myself. But again, that is not financial advice. That's my own opinion, and it's something I would do. You should ask Nick to get on Cozy. They're still looking for people. All right. I mean, I'll see what Nick has to say. No, that's not right. Real. The search on GAC could really use some extra better work. Alright. Oh man, that means I gotta pay Restream.io like 20 bucks a month to access the thing here. Alright. Hey Nick. A lot of workers are. Are they? Oh fuck! I wanted to do shift. I focus mainly on. I spelled knowledgeable wrong. Let me know what you think, since someone said you're still looking for people. I don't know, and it was very interesting what I have to say. Let me know what you think, since someone said you're still looking for people. Thanks, man. No big deal if you say no, since I know, and with server. All right, we'll see what Nick has to say. And yes, if you're curious, he did follow me back on Twitter well before he got banned, of course. So, all right. So since all you guys keep bugging me about it, well, you just saw it in real time. So we'll see what Nick has to say. Let me see. All right. So I think we're pretty much done, because we only covered 2 articles, but that's because the stream has gone way beyond what I wanted it to be. An hour and 19 minutes. Oof. All right. So I'm hungry. I need to make food. It's already 5 o'clock. I'm starting to get, well, I'm not quite cranky, but I will be cranky if, I keep whatevering. So, I am now level 40 in mining. Perfect. All right, so I don't know. I'm gonna take a look more into this Evergrande thing, but I think for the most part we don't have to worry about it, because everyone has already priced in Evergrande defaulting. Definitely last week for sure, and then in the past couple of months, people were actually making whispers about Evergrande. And on those days, the markets actually tanked, if you remember. And I think cryptocurrencies also tanked that same day. So, so basically, it's already priced into the markets, and therefore price shock is not that bad. And hey, that's a very good thing. So, with that being said, actually, if I do make it on Cozy, I do want to put a new picture on, because I want to lose more weight, and then I'm going to dress up like the Payday 2 gang or John Wick, and I'll have like a clown hat in one hand, and I'll have my P90 in the other hand. But the thing is, I'm not going to be in Miami for a while, or Florida in general, so I cannot buy a gun yet. Yeah, because I don't want to buy guns, but I do have to buy guns because if this tyrannical shit gets worse, uh, yeah, I'm gonna stack guns. Yoba Beardson would probably vouch for you to be on Cozy. Oh, I totally know. I totally know that. In fact, I'm pretty sure Baked Alaska and Beardson have already talked to Nick about me. They just keep them down low. So, for example, Beardson actually mentioned specifically on one of his streams like last week or maybe a couple of weeks ago. It was very recent. He actually said, it was after the New York City protests. He actually said that Baked Alaska told him in private when they were talking that, I was walking with Baked Alaska and like the other guys because of fucking Antifa. I wasn't thinking about that at all. Like there was only like 3 Antifa there. I could see we greatly outnumbered them. But, Baked Alaska was really worried about the Antifa shit, so having me there, really reassured him. I should also tell you this too, but Baked Alaska actually took a piss by the trash cans because he really had to go. So yeah, but I don't care. Screw New York City. Like this city's a piece of shit. If you do get on, Nick is probably gonna tune in for a bit to the first stream. Yeah, it'll be totally fine. LFG Junction Bros on Cozy. Yeah, like all 10 of us, right? Because the problem is my Twitter is mostly consists, and even my Gab really consists mostly of boomers and middle-aged people. But more groypers have been following my accounts, especially after the ban. So, and New York City already reeks of piss. Yeah, and turd. and turd. Yeah, but it's not that bad. But I also happen to live in like a Jewish enclave, so the Jews around here actually do a very good job of keeping the riffraff out of the neighborhood. So, for all of the bashing, there are some nice Jewish people that actually don't try to at least they don't try to screw me over, So. Also, there used to be a huge Jewish community in Bay Ridge where my parents live, and obviously where I had to live until I was 34. But the Palestinians, especially after 9/11, completely took over the neighborhood, right? Because of the, I guess, amnesty we granted to Muslim people, I guess due to white guilt. They pushed out all the Jews in Bay Ridge. There's hardly any more Jewish people in Bay Ridge anymore. So I'm pretty sure the Jewish communities that are still here in New York City are very well aware of that, and they want to make sure that doesn't happen. So, yeah. All right. Okay, I really need to eat. See, I bought a sausage roll yesterday. I'm trying to support my local Trump supporting businesses. They run a pizza shop. I think they're Italian because they have those nice photos of like Tony Soprano and which is James Gandolfini and Tony Montana. I'm trying to remember. Don't say his name in the chat. I want to try to remember his. You all know who I'm talking about. The actor is. God, I remember all his fictional fucking names like Michael Corleone, but not the actor's name. Al Pacino. Oh, that's it. So they have pictures of Al Pacino. They have pictures of Sylvester Stallone and Rocky. They have all the proud Italian fictional characters and stuff. So I'm guessing that they are Italian people because they run a pizza shop. They actually make a pretty good food too. I don't know. I really should not, because I don't know. Do I want to go to get burgers instead? I really shouldn't be eating out, man. So, anyway, yeah. All right. So I am done for the week, I believe. And if I do get on Cozy, I would actually probably do video gaming streams on Cozy. I'd have to figure out what I would play though. So I either play World of Warships, or if you want really maximum entertainment value, I'd probably play Escape from Tarkov. Like, I'm not going to enjoy playing it, but you're definitely going to enjoy watching me play it because that game terrifies me, right? Because it's so quiet, and then all of a sudden a loud bang, and then I just like get scared, and then it actually fucks up my aim because I'm like, duh. I don't even have time to like think. I just literally react like a complete coward, right? And I've noticed that those are actually the most entertaining parts that other people watch. The problem is, my heart's going to constantly pound. But, there'll be interesting things that we can do. So, and obviously I don't have to worry about chat, right? Because, anything goes. I'll just make sure that, like, I would remove all of the, words like address, road, avenue, street, like things that you would say to try to dox someone. I would remove all those words. You ever play Scary? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I binge watched Saw 1 and 2, and then because of that, I literally could not sleep for the next 48 hours because I was terrified that I was going to wake up in a jigsaw dungeon, and then it would be over for me. All right? So, absolutely not. Those scary games, no, 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 no. Like, that stereotype about us being cowardly? Yeah, that's definitely me. Right? So it's like, which is interesting because if I was in a civil war situation and I know I had to like shoot my gun and shit, I don't know. I actually think I would do okay in that situation because I would just make peace with God at that point. And I would also know that like, my mission in life was to just be with God. So that would reassure me. But when it comes to video games, I don't know. I mean, yeah, but that's because that's not really anything to do with God. So it's just like whatever. And yeah, that thing like terrifies me. Tarkov gets you ready to become a warlord in a dystopian post-apocalyptic future. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a reason why Nikita, the guy who I guess founded Battlestate Games, is a hardcore Russian, right? And he's making a hardcore Russian game, and he constantly says, I do not make fun games. I make realistic hardcore games. We are Russia. Okay, we fought in Stalingrad. You know, it- you know, we had no fun, but we fucking hardcore Russian. Okay, million people die. That's okay. Okay, we are Russian. All right. Unlike us Americans, we're fucking pussies. Compared to that. So yeah, Tarkov definitely teaches you how to be like a man. Plus, it is kind of cool to have all those different guns and stuff. So, yeah. All right. Well, that was a nice little banter. All right. So, assuming chat slows down, I am going to go because I'm actually starting to sweat now because when I get very hungry and I don't eat, and then my body starts burning a lot of, I guess, body fat. And for whatever reason, that causes me to start sweating like crazy. Because, I'm getting very, very hungry. So, all right. So, an hour and a half. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun editing the YouTube chapters on this, but I get it done pretty fast, so. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy your Friday and weekend. So, unless something super crazy happens like last Friday, I should be seeing all of you Monday morning for Bitcoin Clown World. And then we should have a few days to digest Evergrande. I'll definitely have more information on it if there's any info. But so far, I think it's just a minor scare. Appreciate the analysis, crypto talk, and banter. Yep, 07's in the chat. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I always enjoy doing this. Even when I had nobody watching, or one guy watching, or one girl, I guess. I didn't care. So, because I still think that my purpose in the movement will just be like the right-wing version of George Soros. If anything, I'm probably going to be the richest person in the movement. So, I'll fund Gab, I'll fund Epic.com, which is run by Robert Munster, right? Because this is the domain registrar that registers gab.com and gab.ai when no one else would. If you guys remember that. So they're definitely very right-wing, very Christian, very pro-free speech. But that's probably going to be very expensive because, you know, I don't know anything about like networks and servers. I don't know that much about it. And I gotta figure something out with the America First Foundation because I would like to donate to that. But again, I don't want to get put on like the naughty FBI list. Like that's actually the main problem. The other reason why I have a problem trying to donate to Big Pulaski because I'm pretty sure I'm some kind of list, even though I don't have any problems. Like I'm on a watch list, but not a penalty list. But if I go, you know, donating to people I should not be donating, you know, FBI is gonna get fucking mad. And they take all my shit, and then, you know, the IRS, you know, comes in for the finishing blow, and then rams a spiked dildo up my ass with no Vaseline, and, you know, throws me in jail or something. And I wouldn't even know what I'm being charged for, you know. So, you know, I gotta be careful with these things. But all in due time, you know, all in due time. You know, I'll make tens of millions of dollars, and then, you know, I'll have a lot more flexibility. Because I also need to figure out, because I actually also have to figure out how to deal with politicians. Because apparently if you just donate like $5,000, which is the maximum allowable amount, then these politicians will just basically do what you want them to do. So I kind of want to see that in action too. Of course, I'll give my money to Paul Gosar, right? He definitely deserves the $5,000. I think Mo Brooks is okay with $5,000 as well. What about private coin donations like Monero? Shouldn't that be safe? Oh yeah, that's true. I don't like using Monero personally, but yeah, Monero, you know, Monero is fine. The thing is, I don't know anybody that takes Monero except the dailywire.su. So, yeah. But the problem is, you know, some of their staff is actually on a terrorist watch list, like an actual, like Osama bin Laden, Pato Bear level terrorist watch list. So if there's an actual legal reason you cannot give them money, for the same exact reason you cannot give money to like Iran or anyone based in Iran, because they're on an actual like terrorist list. And then you can then the government will actually seize all your assets, your bank accounts, and put you in jail for violating quote unquote sanction law or whatever. So yeah. Okay, all right. I really need to make food. I'm starting to really get hungry. Also, I kind of want to play like my EverQuest and Legends of Eidolon stuff. So actually, let me refresh my buffs here. All right, so hopefully I'm actually going away for real this time. Yeah, that's such BS. Yeah, but I mean, you know, things are getting better. I'm actually seeing more evidence that, you know, things are improving somewhat. So I think we still our chances are improving of getting back our, you know, country and this world. But don't get complacent because we still have like a really huge uphill battle. But you know, yeah, I think it's getting better. It's not as bad as I think Andre Wang says. Where I know I've been saying the words "dark winter is coming," but I don't think it's going to be as bad as he thinks it is. I hope it's not. Otherwise, we're going to have a really big problem. So. All right, so I'll see you all Monday morning or late afternoon, and yeah, let's see how this Evergrande thing pans out. So, all right, thanks, and yeah, enjoy Friday and the weekend.